The river's murky waters whispered secrets, but none as haunting as the tale of the night it swallowed a village whole. Along the banks of the Niger River, nestled beneath the dense canopy of the West African jungle, lay the serene village of ADOKO. Its people lived in harmony with the rhythms of the river until darkness descended upon them like a shroud. Nneka, a young woman of ADOKO, sat on the riverbank, her gaze fixed on the horizon. Her heart weighed heavy with worry as she awaited the return of her brother, Olu, and his fishing boat. He had set out at dawn, promising to return before dusk, yet the sun was sinking low, painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold. As twilight enveloped the village, whispers of unease rippled through the air. The elders gathered beneath the ancient baobab tree, their voices hushed as they spoke of omens and portents. Nneka's mother, Mace, clutched her daughter's hand tightly, her eyes betraying a fear she dared not voice. Hours passed, and still, there was no sign of Olu. Nneka's worry turned to dread, her thoughts consumed by visions of tragedy. With each passing moment, the shadows deepened, and the night grew thick with foreboding. Suddenly, a distant cry shattered the stillness of the night. Nneka's heart leaped into her throat as she recognized the voice of her brother. Without hesitation, she dashed towards the river, heedless of the danger lurking in the darkness. As she reached the water's edge, she saw it, a flickering light dancing upon the surface of the river, drawing closer with each passing moment. Nneka's breath caught in her throat as the silhouette of a boat emerged from the shadows, its hull battered and broken. "Olu," she cried, her voice echoing across the water. The boat drifted towards her, propelled by an unseen force. Nneka's hands trembled as she reached out, grasping the edge of the vessel and pulling it ashore. Her heart sank as she beheld the sight before her. Olu lay motionless in the bottom of the boat, his face pale and drawn. "Olu, wake up," Nneka pleaded, shaking her brother's shoulders. But he did not stir, his eyes closed in an unnatural slumber. Mace rushed to her daughter's side, her face etched with fear. Together, they carried Olu back to the village, their footsteps heavy with dread. As they laid him upon his mat, the villagers gathered around, their faces etched with sorrow. Hours passed, and still, Olu did not wake. Nneka kept vigil by his side, her heart heavy with guilt and despair. She replayed the events of the day in her mind, searching for clues to the mystery that had befallen her brother. Suddenly, a voice broke through the silence, a voice that seemed to emanate from the depths of Olu's unconscious mind. Nneka leaned closer, straining to hear the words whispered upon his lips. "The river, Olu murmured, his voice barely audible. It calls to me." Nneka's blood ran cold as she realized the truth. The river had claimed her brother, body, and soul. But why? What dark force lurked beneath the surface, waiting to ensnare its unsuspecting victims? Determined to uncover the truth, Nneka embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of the jungle. Guided by whispers of ancient magic, she followed the winding path of the river, her resolve unshakable despite the dangers that lurked in the shadows.